Hello, Highlanders. Welcome to WMHS News Show. I'm Jack.
And I'm Kate. Hey Jack, did you do anything fun over the long weekend?
I celebrated Halloween and I finished up some of my first quarter assignments.
Me too. And after all that hard work, I say we start off the second quarter with something fun. WMHS News.
Every day when you're walking down the street, 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 everybody that you meet has an original point of view. And I say, hey, what a wonderful kind of day. If you can learn to work and play and get along with each other. You got to listen to your heart, listen to the beat, listen to the rhythm of the street. Open up your eyes, open up your ears, get together and make things better by working together. It's a simple message and it comes from the heart. Oh, believe in yourself, for that's the place to start. And I say, hey, wonderful kind of day. To learn to work and play and get along with each other. Hey, what a wonderful kind of day. Hey, what a wonderful kind of day. Hey,
hey, DW. Hey,
The local organization SHARE is asking for McLean High School's assistance in gathering winter coats, boots, sneakers, hats, and mittens for children of all ages. New or almost new items are appreciated as SHARE does not have the resources to sort clothing and shoes. All donations can be brought to either the collection box inside McLean High School's main entrance or the McLean Baptist Church on Wednesdays and Saturdays from 8:30 a.m. to 12 p.m.
The October issue of the Highlander magazine came out last week. There is a rack of magazines out front of the school and the rock entrance, so you can pick up a copy anytime supplies last, or you can check our digital version by visiting the highlandernews.com. You can get a subscription on My School Bucks to make sure you don't miss out on any of this year's issues.
Speaking of the Highlander, Episode 1 of the Highlander News podcast for the 2020 to 2021 school year is out now, with hosts Layla and Polina. You can find the podcast on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts. Make sure to give it a listen.
Show Highlander spirit and support your community while dining or carrying out at Tyson Silver Diner on Thursday, November 5th from 5 to 8 p.m. 20% of sales from dine-in, outdoor patio, and carry-out order, but not online order, will be donated to our PTSA. Order can be placed in person over the phone. Pick up. Make sure you tell them you are supporting the McLean High School PTSA. Now to Supaxay with this week's sports.
Hi McLean, it's Supaxay with this week's sports. McLean Sports will be holding out-of-season practices all week. These practices are not mandatory, and in order to participate, students must have a physical turned in and must have gone through a screening process and temperature check. Here's this week's schedule. Today, track and football have practices. Tomorrow, field hockey and crew will have practices. Friday, cheer and track will have practices. Monday, crew, softball, and track will have practices. And then on Tuesday, girls basketball and wrestling will have practices. Also, this Friday, the McLean ice hockey team will begin their regular season. Now for professional sports. In the MLB, the LA Dodgers won the World Series on Tuesday last week, defeating the Rays. In the NFL, the Pittsburgh Steelers continued their undefeated start by beating the Baltimore Ravens in an exciting close game and are now 7-0. The Buffalo Bills took down New England and snapped a 7-game losing streak against the Pats. Dalvin Cook propelled the Vikings to a win against Green Bay, running for 4 touchdowns, all in the Vikings' first 4 possessions. Mahomes threw for over 400 yards and 5 passing touchdowns as the Chiefs blew out the Jets, who on the season only have 4 passing touchdowns. Tua got his first NFL win against the Rams, and despite giving up 2 interceptions and 2 lost fumbles, Carson Wentz and the Eagles managed to do enough to beat the Cowboys. And that's all I have for your sports. Now back to your anchors.
Thanks, Supaxay. For over 40 years, the McLean High School Band program has offered fresh from the orchard's Florida fruit in support of its ensembles. As McLean students and faculty adjust and adapt to the COVID pandemic, they are continuing this tradition virtually. The 2020 fruit sale is open for online orders only through November 13th at the link below. Be sure to list your favorite band or guard member's name at the seller during the online checkout process. Consistent with COVID safety precautions and socially distanced practices, they'll be assigning all purchasers a time window for pickup on the morning of December 12th. If you have any questions, email mhsbandfruitsale@gmail.com.
Elementary School Science Club is looking for McLean students to volunteer to run sessions for their science Olympic topic for 3rd to 5th graders. Students, the online sessions start this week and are ongoing until December. Email them for more information and sign up to volunteer using their sign-up Genius link.
The Tartan Literary magazine is accepting submissions for this year's Lit Mag. They're looking for all kinds of creative pieces. Go to the link below to submit your art, writing, musical compositions, photography, sculptures, and any other creative work.
If you want to meet new people while gaining an understanding of world issues and mental health, join You and the World Club. They plan activities and events to boost the spirit of the community. Join the Google Classroom and start making our community a better place. Now it is time for our world news updates.
Hi McLean, it's Caroline with the world news for the week. Yesterday was election day, and you know what that means, chaos. The race was too close to call as of 8:30 p.m. on Tuesday night, and it could take a while to get all the results back. But you might already know more than I do. In world news, Germany and England are back in lockdown as COVID-19 cases continue to spike. At least 22 people are dead after shooters stormed Kabul University in Afghanistan. In France, 3 people died in a knife attack at a church in Nice. On Monday, in the Austrian city of Vienna, a shooting that is being called a terrorist attack left at least 4 people dead and many others wounded. Well, that's all for your world news today. Now back to your anchors.
Thanks, Caroline. Mentor Center is a new tutoring group where you can sign up to help students with their homework or get homework help. Check out their Google Classroom and visit their Instagram at mentorcenterhs for more information.
All students are welcome to come to the November Library Book Club meeting next week on Friday, November 13th. The club will be reading Dune by Frank Herbert. The meeting will be held during the second half of Highlander Flex, so join the Google Classroom page to find the meeting link.
The library started curbside checkout every Monday. You can request up to 5 books using the online library catalog. Look for a video tutorial on the library homepage for more details. You will be able to pick up your books at the front entrance from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Mondays. Just for a look at this week's weather.
Hey McLean, it's Lauren with this week's weather report. As of this Tuesday, we saw temperatures as high as 60 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit, though we also saw them as low as 30 to 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Starting as of this Wednesday, you can expect temperatures to be staying in the 60s, though by Sunday we should reach an all-time high of 70 degrees Fahrenheit. As for the lows, it's going to be staying in the 30s to 40s and occasionally the 50s. You might want to whip out a coat for the morning, though by the afternoon you should definitely shed the coat. That's all I've got for the weather. Let's get back to your anchors.
Fall College Planning Night for students and parents of all grade levels will be held virtually on November 11th at 6:30 p.m. During the session, you will hear from admissions counselors about finding your best fit school and navigating the college search process. The link to join the session will be shared that week. The session will be recorded and posted on the McLean Student Services website for those who can't attend.
The Google Classroom code and other links we mentioned can all be found in the description of the video. WMHS News will be back for another weekly news show next Wednesday, so be sure to subscribe to us on the YouTube.
We have Highlander Time Flex for the rest of the year. Have a great week, McLean.
Have a great week, McLean.